If you are in a situation where you're facing a lot of delay on a promise from God for deliverance or victory or breakthrough, then this word is for you from God. Recently, he told me to read Hebrews 11, and it's all about the heroes of faith, but he was specifically telling me to read the part about Moses, and it's verses 24 through 27 and 29. It says, "By faith, Moses, when he had grown up, refused to be known as a son of Pharaoh's daughter. He chose to be mistreated along with the people of God rather than to enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin. He regarded disgrace for the sake of Christ as of greater value than the treasures of Egypt, because he was looking ahead to his reward. By faith, he left Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He persevered because he saw him who is invisible. By faith, the people passed through the Red Sea as on dry land. But when the Egyptians tried to do so, they were drowned." We know this story, right? God hardened Pharaoh's heart so that Pharaoh again and again attacked and afflicted the people of God. And Pharaoh's heart was so hard that he continued to oppose God by continuing to oppress his people. And what we need to see in this story here is that Moses took a stand against injustice. And when you take a stand against injustice, when you take a stand for God's will and God's way in this world, you will be persecuted. You will face ill treatment. You will be mistreated. You will be oppressed and abused, just as Moses and the people of God were in the Bible. But that is never the end of the story. With God, he will always deliver you, and he will do it in such a mighty and powerful way that his strong hand is seen and known. It's almost like the more that the enemy attacks and oppresses you, the more interest is built in the kingdom of God, the more powerful, the more mighty he is going to show his strong hand of deliverance in your situation. And as the Lord was showing me all of this, he then had me read the story of Lazarus in John 11, and he led me to verses 5 and 6. And it's talking about when Jesus heard that Lazarus was sick. And it says, "Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he stayed where he was for 2 more days." And what I love about this is that a lot of us think that when we are in a situation where we need deliverance, we need the hand of God to move, we think that love looks like him immediately swooping in and rescuing us. But it says right here, he loved them, so he waited. And then it says that he told his disciples in verse 14, "So then he told them plainly, 'Lazarus is dead, and for your sake, I am glad I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him.'" So I want to encourage you, if you're facing delay, it is not because he does not love you. It's because he does. It's because he loves you so much that he wants you to experientially know in real life how much he loves you and who he is and his character and nature, and that he does deliver and that he does heal and that he does set free. And then Jesus goes to Lazarus and sees his sisters and people crying, and it says he was deeply moved and troubled, and that Jesus wept. And I love this because this reveals his heart. It reveals who he is to us. Even though he knew that he was going to resurrect, even though he knew that he was going to redeem and do what only he could do, in that place, he still took the time to sit with them and weep with them. That's his heart of compassion, that he knows even in the process how traumatic the process can be, how grieving the process can be. And he doesn't usurp that. He doesn't just tell us, get it together, be stronger, or he sits there with us in it, even knowing the outcome that and how he's about to move. And so it says, and then right before Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead, he says, "Did I not tell you, if you would believe, you would see the glory of God?" And then verse 4 in this chapter, Jesus had said, "This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it." So if you are facing delay in a situation like this and you're like, "God, where are you? Why aren't you coming through?" Know that it's on to something great. It is on to his glory and his power and his might being revealed in such a way that you would know who he is, and all of those that have seen the situation will know who he is, and that they would believe.